It is the Riot Podcast for Monday, July 25th. Welcome back, Isaiah, to the show.
Howdy.
And
How are you? Are you making it this morning?
I'm crawling through.
No.
Yesterday, I was just so tired. Like, it was the most tired I've ever been in my life, for sure. Obviously, I stayed up for 48 hours straight, which I've never done that before. And
The hotel was that bad, huh?
it was that terrible to where I just couldn't sleep. No, it was, and the thing that was shocking too is I wasn't tired either. I wasn't tired at all while I was there. But once I got to the airport and sat down on the airplane and I was heading home, I was so exhausted the rest of the flight home, and then on the way back to my house. Yesterday, I was so tired, and it wasn't even my mind felt like I was just delusional at that point. Which was awesome.
You're 24 now, and it's just hard to party in Vegas like you used to, right?
I know, clearly.
Down.
I used to be able to stay up 48 hours straight, and it was no big deal, and it did hurt me big time yesterday.
We can't even stay up 8 hours.
I was going to say 4. No, honestly, it's a miracle we make it through the show awake.
It's impressive on that, but we're so glad to have Isaiah back for the show this week.
Now, I was just going to say, today in the show, I'm taking Isaiah's job. There's not one, but 2 mysteries to solve.
Oh, you're right.
Because if you're watching the video version, you can watch our mystery Fanta food fight. You can go, click over to that video or tap over, and we try to solve that mystery. But also, we have the mystery of who's stealing food from the break room.
Someone texted in and said it's like a murder mystery sort of thing. And I was thinking
it's like Agatha Christie.
That'd be a really fun podcast if we all got together and it was almost like a who did it sort of thing. And we scripted out a storyline and we brought in some bands, or we just had some characters and we tried to figure out who would be the person who stole the item
from
there.
It'd be like old time radio.
Yeah, it would be like a radio show.
I did that. Who's going to do the sound effects?
Well, here. Someone's walking in.
Oh, I thought it was somebody knocking on the door. So you're not doing a very good job.
Door's opening.
Either one.
I was going to say, I actually did just what you're talking about when I was in college. It was one of our projects.
Oh, you did?
How was it?
Not very good. I mean, we nailed the sound effects. Footsteps. We are excellent at finding footstep sound effects.
Creaky door.
But the writing and execution of the story,
line, not so good.
Not very good.
Well, we can base ours off of true stories from our past break room items. We used to get Pop-Tarts in the break room all the time.
I bet those were the days.
Oh, and
that's right. We haven't had Pop-Tarts in a long time.
We haven't had them in a while, but there was one past staff member who could literally go through maybe 5 or 6 packs a shift.
Oh.
What?
Well, we all could.
But
why is that even allowed?
But we don't. And so, you would come in and everything would be gone, the next day. And we couldn't tell, if this person was just a garbage disposal, they could just eat so much.
They were taking them home, or where they were taking them?
Taking them home.
I hope I never get called a garbage disposal.
Well, in a nice way. But, sometimes certain people could
garbage disposal, I mean it in a nice way.
It's in a nice way. You could eat whatever you want, and he never, or the person never gained weight. So it was just you could do a murder mystery based on that, and it was a who did it sort of thing.
It does sound fun.
All right, well, that's all we'll do with it.
That's it.
It's just an idea that will never come to the light of day.
We need someone to make the wrapper noise of the foil or the opening of the Pop-Tart thing.
Of the Pop-Tart baggie.
Or we could just buy Pop-Tarts and actually do that.
Oh, and we can have the toasters in the background. He ate them cold, though.
Yeah, I would say, I think, so we went through and we decided that there's only one person here who's actually remembers stealing anything from the break room, which happened rather recently.
Well, find out who it was when you listen to the podcast.
Who done it?
Oh, well, enjoy the podcast today. There's lots more. Don't forget to, if you have not yet watched our interview from Friday with Ryan from Demon Hunter, click back and watch that. If you're following us at RadioU Riot on Facebook or our YouTube channel, and subscribe, like everything, double like, get notifications, share it, all that stuff.
Any last words?
See you guys later.
There it is.
See you guys soon.
Hopefully Isaiah's still standing by the end of the day.
Hopefully.
Bye.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Welcome back,
Yay.
Isaiah.
Welcome back.
Yay!
Yeah. Returning back from a trip to Las Vegas.
You made it back.
It sounds like you haven't lost a step based off of your news.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired today. I'm very tired. I feel better today than I did yesterday. Yesterday, I was essentially exhausted. But today, I feel a little bit better.
So it's the time change and the jet lag and everything. But how was Vegas?
If you're getting jet lag from like a 2 or 3 hour behind time change, I don't know if you're healthy then.
Yeah.
I think
Might not be that.
I'm just trying to give him an out.
Something,
you know?
okay.
Yeah,
It
you
could
got to
just
use
be
any excuse you
Vegas,
can.
It's a tough place.
And the jet lag.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was a grand old time. I went there with like a group of my friends, and I essentially just didn't sleep the whole time.
Oh no.
Like I slept in total for the entire trip for 2 hours.
No way.
Between 3 days. Yeah.
No, you're kidding.
No,
Oh,
I
you're
slept for 2
gonna-
hours.
No. Well, you do look a little haggard.
I feel so tired today.
Did
Yesterday,
you take your vitamins today?
I have not taken my vitamins
You
yet.
need to.
I should have taken them with me because by the time that Sunday rolled around, I had been up for like 48 hours, and like for our final like night, because our flight was so early, it was at 7:30 in the morning. We were like, it just doesn't make any sense
To go to sleep.
So we're just
Yeah.
gonna stay up. And I went to the airport, and I was so tired that once I got on the plane, before it even took off, I actually fell asleep.
You're gonna need
Which was awesome.
You're gonna need some extra zinc.
Yeah, I need as much zinc as I could possibly get and vitamin D. So it was an awesome weekend, though. Did a lot of fun stuff. You know, bounced around. We did a lot of the pools. So I was standing in urine for the majority of the trip.
Oh no!
Out in like the 110 degree
Urine
heat.
if you're lucky.
Yeah, urine if I'm lucky. Yes, it was a lot of fun though. So it was an exciting time.
Did you hit?
I feel like we need to hose you off again before you actually.
Yeah,
get
I
in
know,
the
right?
building.
Can you take a chemical bath or something before you come any closer? And definitely don't breathe on us. I know
No way,
we're
yeah.
kind of done with the mask thing, but you want to put one on maybe?
Yeah, it feels like I should be wearing one probably after being at the pools for so long.
You come back and they're like, "Well, we found something new that we should all be worried about."
Yeah.
And you're patient 1 or patient 0.
It all originated in the petri dish of the Las Vegas pool.
Did you go? Let's see. What was the best place you ate at?
I went to a place called like the Pepper Mill, which I had found online. It's like real big on TikTok. So it was something that we had seen, like the one place we really wanted to go. And so we went there and we had some really, really good food and stuff. Like the whole inside of it was kind of like a retro diner type feel, and it kind of felt like a rainforest too. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it was really cool.
Well, that's a combo.
Yeah, quite the combo. It's like a retro diner rainforest. That's all I can describe it as.
You sound
And
like
it was
Stefan from Saturday Night
It was
Live.
like neon, and it was really cool.
Oh my gosh, I have to look it up because it's like, what is? Are you sure you didn't go to the Rainforest Cafe?
No, it's kind of like there was like 2 different sections inside. If you type in like the fireside lounge, that's where we actually sat. And you like sat on like couches. It was really nice, neon, very red in there. I can't really describe other than it felt like a rainforest diner. But it was weird, but very cool.
I think that might be my most favorite thing. You know, it's like an old diner / rainforest.
So, how far in the hole are you right now?
Oh, you mean gambling?
Yeah.
I'm up $150.
No
so
way.
It was a grand old time.
That feels like, I mean, you go to any casino and you leave with anything, including your clothes, you're feeling good.
Exactly. I mean, there was a lot of people there that you could tell, not because I talked to them, but because I looked at them, I could tell they were losing.
They did not. Their Vegas trip did not treat them well.
Okay, wait. So I'm looking at the Peppermill place. Are you saying just because there's plants behind the booths,
Precisely.
there's just trees behind
It
the
felt like a rainforest. If there's a tree inside of the building.
When you don't sleep for 3 days,
And
any tree looks like a rainforest.
It was the final place we ate. So
Oh
at
my
that point,
gosh.
I had been awake for like 36 hours. It felt like a rainforest. It was neon.
You might as well have done mushrooms. It sounds like.
He's saying it looks like an old diner too because it has these leather booths.
Okay. Are you looking at the right place?
I am. Oh my
There
gosh.
was 2 different areas too. So maybe my
Alright.
area, like the fireside lounge, maybe that felt a little bit more rainforest.
Of course.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear about your trip.
Can we look up the reviews and see if anybody else describes it as a rainforest,
rainforest.
diner?
There were
don't
plants
know.
in there.
Yeah.
And but yeah, by the time that Sunday rolled around and I got on the plane, my body, like I was just confused as to what was happening to me.
Well, this isn't helping.
No, this is not helping. This morning when I woke up, my body was still confused. It was like, whoa, this does not seem like the right time to be awake. I couldn't tell what time it was, but I made it in this morning. So
Well, take your time and slowly get used to being back, not in the rainforest. All right.
We're glad to have you back.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
The big news over the weekend from Comic-Con, I think the biggest presentation, the thing that most people are talking about is Marvel's, because they kind of gave you a little piece of everything they have coming up over the next 3 years. They basically have set out their whole slate for what they call, they're calling it the Multiverse Saga, phases 4, 5, and 6 over the next couple of years. So I want to just give you guys a moment to share out of all of the stuff they announced. It's really probably too much to just go over all of it, but what are you most looking forward to after seeing what they've got coming up?
That's a really good question, Hudson. Thanks for asking.
there's about
Stop
15
stalling.
movies.
You don't have.
I'm scrolling through them all.
Nikki is not excited at all.
Well,
Isaiah, what are you?
Daredevil's coming back.
Yeah.
All right, so the Daredevil Born Again, that'll be a series, and that'll be spring of 24.
So that's what you're-
right around the corner.
Is that what you're looking forward to?
I think that one was interesting to see.
Have you seen the first 3 seasons?
I saw the first season.
Oh, okay. Well, you got see, Nikki, they put that there so that you have plenty of time to catch up.
Yep.
Isaiah, what about you?
See, I think it's hard not to be excited for any of like the Avengers movies. Like those are the ones that like kind of cap all of them. So they announced like 2 new Avengers movies that are coming in 2025. So I can't wait. 2 years from now will be incredible.
Well,
I can't wait.
If they put the Avengers movies too soon, then we wouldn't understand. We wouldn't be able to get the concept.
I know. Well,
Because they have to tie all these various strings together to bring all the Avengers together in these movies years from now.
So the first one will be May 2nd of 25, and then the other will be the Secret Wars one, November 7th of 25.
Yeah, so both coming in the same year, though. That's pretty exciting.
Bold.
And obviously, these Avengers are going to be much different than the Avengers that we're used to because, I mean,
how about
we all
this,
know how
guys?
the Avengers ended.
How about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? Who's ready for that?
You know what? I was looking at the slate. That might be the thing I am the most excited about.
That's December of this year on Disney Plus.
There we go. It's right around the corner. What else was I looking for? I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to Ant-Man and the Wasp, just purely because of
You like that one?
Paul Rudd. And then we get another Guardians movie that we already knew about, so that's coming up. And Daredevil is the other thing that that speaks to me. I'm concerned that they'll be able to recreate the feel that it had on Netflix if they're willing to do that kind of thing and put it on Disney Plus. But we'll see about that. Also, what are you guys thinking about Fantastic Four?
Oh, so that
They've announced
will be
that.
their version?
Yeah, they've a new version of the Fantastic Four that, I mean, who knows, maybe as in a cameo scenario, but unlikely that Jessica Alba actually plays a role in the, and who else was in Fantastic Four, the first one?
Oh, it was a while ago.
Chris Evans.
Google it really quick. You're supposed to jump
Chris
in.
Evans was the Human Torch, right? And now, obviously, he's not going to be the Human Torch. So they're totally, it's going to be a totally new take on the Fantastic Four.
I don't know.
That should be interesting.
I still have a really hard time coming past the She-Hulk Attorney at Law show.
Yeah.
Coming in August. I don't know what you're going to do to make that one work, but that one just looks
Yeah,
odd.
they have announced a lot of shows that that just don't seem to like who's really interested in it. Like they have Agatha is getting her own show from she's from WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good character in the show. Does she need her own show?
No, she doesn't need her own show.
Thank you for answering.
I was
that.
thinking the same thing. When I look at some of these like Disney Plus specials, it looks like a lot of those specials where we're gonna come on the show here in a couple months, and you're gonna be like, "Have you started watching this?" And I'm gonna say, "No."
That reminds me. Have you started watching Miss Marvel?
No.
No, neither have I. Yeah. So I don't. It's funny when we complain. We talk about Netflix and all the money we spend on Netflix, and then all the money they spend on all the stuff we don't care about. We never really do that with Disney Plus, but they're getting there with some of these Marvel shows that nobody's really clamoring for these shows, and yet they still keep getting made and announcing more and more.
They had some movies that look, promising, and then they have to fill in the cracks with something.
Yeah.
So I guess this is it.
There's a niche audience out there somewhere looking forward to She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Did you see this incident that happened in Russia?
I watched the
this
video.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is a chess tournament. It was the Moscow Chess Open, where a chess-playing robot broke the finger of a 7-year-old boy.
So the robot was hired to play competitors, and the 7-year-old
That's a weird way to phrase it, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
hired.
Like, he was. I mean, that's his responsibility.
I guess. Does the robot get paid?
So the machine is supposed to. It's like a robot arm sort of one, and was supposed to play all the people in the competition. And the 7-year-old boy, the robot, reached forward in order to think that was a chess piece, and grabbed the boy's finger, and that's where the problem happened. It broke his finger.
Yeah, it's a crazy video to watch. You feel bad for that.
The robot was rented, by the way, by the competition.
Yeah, so they're saying it's not our fault. It's the people who made the robot's fault. Which I guess that's
but the robot
totally
was
fair.
Kind of made to do this sort of thing.
To break people's fingers?
Nope, to be a part of the chess tournament.
It was. It seems like it wasn't made well enough. I like how they are like. Well, first of all, just to let you know, the child's finger, they got a cast on and everything. He was actually able to go back the next day and finish out the tournament. So
he grabbed on it, wouldn't let go.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why the robot would be able to do that. And so they do, the head of the tournament, the guy who was running it, he says, there are certain safety rules and the child apparently violated them. No, the robot violated the safety rules.
I think he was just playing chess.
Yeah, right.
Don't blame it on, don't blame it on the little 7-year-old.
No, yeah. I mean, it's even if the child did do something, if you have a robot versus a 7-year-old, there should be no chance. The robot should not have any chance of breaking the child's finger. That should not be a thing that can happen.
Also, the other issue is the robot arm in the chess competition was customized to move pieces on 3 different chess boards at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of playing more than one game.
Break 3 different fingers at one different time.
Well, the scary part is when everybody starts running over, it would not let go of his finger.
Yeah.
So that was, I think, scaring people the most.
Why would that be a feature of the robot? So yeah, the robot makers, whoever they are, kind of in a little bit of a hot water at the moment, because that is not something that a robot should be designed to do. Although, you know what? I'll tell you what. You take this robot, maybe get it out of the chess competitions, but enter it into arm wrestling. Or thumb wars.
No, break it. It'll take you
Yeah, I know. It'd be great at it. It'd be, it's got a real career ahead of it. So the arm wrestling robot.
They are still standing by that the 7-year-old violated the move rules and that he was supposed to wait at first. But then the robot violated the don't break people's finger rule. And so that's what they're doing.
I guess,
if you've never had a finger broken, it's not fun.
To just be literally at insult to injury if they're like, well, the boy lost the match because he violated the rules
and broke a finger.
Yeah, right. Breaking a finger, not against the rules, oddly enough, but moving your piece when you're not supposed to, that's going to cost you the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, little guy.
Sorry, chess person, player.
Yeah, right.
Are you a master yet? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should jump up a few levels if a robot breaks your finger during a match. That should you get to be a headmaster for that.
Is
Probably
it like when you do you get a new belt, like different color?
I think it is.
Like, are you a master or what is your rank?
Except slightly, I don't know. What's more impressive, karate or martial arts or chess? They're both impressive in their own way.
In their own way, absolutely.
And I can't do either.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
One of the big things that came out of Comic-Con, we got more news. You ready for this?
I am.
Gremlins.
I'm not. I take it back. I'm not ready.
What do you mean? You're so excited you can't
Nope.
you can't even process this news because you're not ready yet?
That is not it.
Gremlins, the Christmas movie, is getting its own animated series.
Yeah.
What?
No, I just
It's
was
getting
saying,
its own animated series.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay.
In 2023.
Oh, yay, next year.
It's coming to HBO Max. And so this is interesting. It is it's coming in 2023. It's set in 1920. In the
1920?
1920s. Yeah. Because, I mean, you've seen Gremlins, right?
I think I've seen a tiny bit. Because was that from...
You haven't watched Gremlins.
No, I know what it is. I know the little...
I know. Yeah, but I want you to have seen it.
All of it? Do I have to see all of it?
The entire movie.
Why all of it?
It's a good... I thought you liked Christmas. It's Christmas in July. Today is Christmas in July.
I should watch
And you're
it.
telling me that you haven't seen Gremlins.
I have not.
You've ruined Christmas in July for me.
That's it. I've ruined the whole
This is the
month.
problem with this generation.
No.
It's people like you that would rather be watching TikToks, rather be watching people picking their nose on TikTok than watch a classic movie like Gremlins.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I've ruined the whole day.
Well, the fortunate news is you have HBO Max.
I do.
Gremlins is on HBO Max. And
But it looks
it is
so
Christmas in
old.
July. No, it doesn't. It's
It does.
fun.
It
It's
doesn't even
fun.
look like it doesn't even look like it's just placed in the old times. It just looks old.
It is old. It's from the 1980s.
Oh, and he looks.
It's an old movie.
Is he a mean thing or a nice thing
You'll have to watch to find out.
for Gremlins?
Yeah.
Someone text me and tell me.
So, okay, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll set up the movie for you. Is that a young boy named Billy gets a gremlin as a Christmas gift, and his name is Gizmo. And
Is this the movie from the 80s or
yes,
this show? Okay, gotcha.
So this is in the 80s. He gets Gizmo, a little gremlin, as a Christmas gift. That is, what is it? His dad purchases it at like some shop that some Chinese and the guy's like, I'm not supposed to sell it or whatever. And then the guy still gets it. And so what we don't know is what is the origin of this little fella?
Oh, the
Where
origin
does the
story.
gremlin come from? And so that's why we're going back to the 1920s to find out more about the Gremlins and what their backstory is.
Interesting.
And but here's what's interesting. So
Maybe I should wait to watch that first.
I guess you know what, you could do that. You definitely could, because the watching the movie will leave you with lots of questions that can only possibly be answered
So
by
Gremlins-
Gremlins: The Secrets of Mogwai TV show.
Mogwai is how you say it.
uh-huh.
And it'll be on HBO Max next year, but it'll also run on Cartoon Network at the same time.
Hey, there you go. So you got options for it. And so that is, I forgot to mention that, interestingly enough, the movie, obviously made in the 80s or whatever, the new series is set in the 1920s, and yet the actor who played Billy, the child who got the gizmo in the movie, he's going to be guest starring a recurring role.
How's that work
in
time-wise?
I have no idea. I guess it's not going to be the same character. They're just still offering a little olive branch to Zach Galligan, who played Billy in the show. So he's getting back. There's also other guest stars: Sandra Oh, George Takei, Randall Park. You like him, don't you?
I do. He's good.
Yeah, see, it's exactly. So
Stop making
go
this
watch.
work.
Stop interesting you.
No,
Stop tempting you with
That's
what
the-
this show is going to be, and
That's the problem with Comic-Con when it comes out, because you get all this stuff like over the weekend.
and then you can't be excited about it all. It's just too much to handle.
Oh yeah, this seems like this is too much to handle.
I can't believe you haven't seen Gremlins.
Why
It
is that
really-
hard to believe?
I thought you liked Christmas. When I joined this show, there was one thing I knew. Nikki likes Christmas.
I do,
And
but
she comes
not-
in and tells me she doesn't like one of the best Christmas movies of all
Not
time.
Gremlins.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
I have a survey here from Tums where they asked a wide range of questions, but all in various ways pertaining to food. I like how they ask people to describe their love life, their romantic situation with words that describe
With food?
So spicy and juicy were popular, of course. So we're bitter and bland.
Oh, jeez.
I love it.
Ouch. I wouldn't want to be, what if you're married to the person that's bitter?
Bitter?
Bland.
Real
that would
salty.
not be-
It is so salty.
Not be great. You would not like to find that out in this survey. But some of the other stuff they found out was, let's see, speaking of love, over half of people surveyed said they would marry their favorite food if it was a person. Would you do that?
Well, that's weird to think about.
What's your favorite food?
Chinese
Kimchi?
food.
Chinese food?
Yeah, anything.
That's very...
So we don't want to. We want
narrow
like
it
a.
da-
We
like,
want
can
a
you narrow it
specific
down?
thing?
Yeah.
See,
come
mine
on.
would be like lasagna, so I wouldn't want to marry mine because I feel like there's too many layers to it.
Yeah.
I want something a little bit more simple, I think. I'm
That's
not for all
right.
the bouginess,
Too,
you know.
too complicated.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on there. I need something a little bit easier to handle, I think.
If you would describe yourself as a food,
What am I?
what'd you be?
I don't
there's
know.
somebody
Maybe
out
like
there-
a 6-ounce sirloin. Like I can't. Some people would say a French
I
fry.
said, you're not supposed to ask the person. You're supposed to ask the people around the person. What
Well,
do
how
they
would
think
you
of
what
them?
food
I
would you
describe you as a hot dog. That's what I describe you as, buddy.
Oh, that's weird because you are and you eat them. So
That makes you are what you eat, I guess. And I'm a hot dog. Isaiah. See, what I'm thinking is maybe there's somebody out there listening and they say, I would marry my favorite food if it was a person. And then Isaiah describes himself as a 6-ounce sirloin.
It's
and maybe that's
him.
their favorite food. I don't know. But Nikki, what about you? Would you marry Chinese food if you could?
yeah, I could.
Yeah?
There's some days that we're pretty close to it.
I say, you know what? Why can't you marry your favorite food?
I saw that show where the person married the bridge. So like,
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. What's stopping us? What's stopping us?
Nothing is stopping us.
I also would marry hot dogs or biscuits and gravy.
oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, or both. I think I could. I have enough room in my heart for both to marry both. I think I could make
should.
that work.
Yeah, you could
be
add-
a throuple.
Jeez.
Me-
I think Hudson must be a big personality guy too, because those two foods are not like pretty foods, like biscuits and gravy and hot dogs. Those aren't like that's not like a cute gal. That's not going to be a
No.
cute gal.
Well, they're hot dogs can be
Thought
shapely.
I told you I'm not
maybe.
comfortable with the word throuple.
Throuple, I know you brought that back.
All right,
I feel like we're that one network with all the wives. I just don't want to.
let's change gears here then. In this survey, they also found that 1 out of 3 people admit they've stolen their coworkers' food from the office fridge.
Ooh,
that means-
that's spicy.
Out of the 3 of us, 1 of us has done that. Who's
I think
gonna
it's
admit it?
Isaiah.
It's not me.
It's you.
I'm no thief.
Maybe you didn't know in the beginning that would be stealing.
I can't be sure if I've stolen or not. I may have stolen something. I don't know if I've done anything on purpose, though, that I can think of. I feel like I have, maybe, but not anything anybody would actually want, though. So it wouldn't be, nobody was upset, probably, that I stole whatever I stole.
Yeah.
If I have stole, can't be sure yet again if I stole.
Sometimes we're unaware if something's put in there and if you're not putting your name on it. So I don't think intentionally. I mean, we've had past people. Oh yeah, they stole a lot of stuff. That they were just hungry people.
I think maybe Nikki's the one.
I've
of the
never
3.
stolen. I've never
I
stolen
think it could
anyone's
be.
food.
I think it could be.
I think you're stirring up trouble.
I am, but I want to suss out who the thief is.
I think the person that starts blaming others the most is the one themselves have done it.
And the first thing you did was blame Isaiah.
That's true.
Maybe it is me.
This is going to tear us apart now.
I know, that's it.
Because there is a thief amongst us, but who could it possibly be?
Well, okay, here's a question for everybody. Like in your jobs and stuff, are we talking about, does someone like steal your food from like your lunch bag, or are they eating the food that's like in your to-go container, like your Tupperware or whatever? Or are we just talking there's just a free thing in the food that no one knows whose it is?
Well, I think in like obviously workplaces are different, but if it's in the fridge, I know that the custom is, you have to put your name on it. I don't think that should be necessary. If you didn't put it in the fridge, then don't take it out of the fridge.
But sometimes there's things in the fridge that are like open game for everybody.
Well, then people should be made aware of such things.
But
What do you mean? I feel like if it's in there and it doesn't have a name on it, and I'm sure it's not someone's lunch, then I will eat it.
Because it is.
Because it's mine now.
Yeah.
Because it's
But I
an open
think-
game.
I think at other places where there's far more employees, like, does anybody do you reach in and just take something from someone's lunch?
I think that's what people do because I
That's
think
aggressive.
when there's so many
Yeah.
people, you think you can get away with it. Like, how will they know it was me?
Well, clearly you can a little bit, I would say. I think, too, it's a difference between if you're taking a snack from someone versus if it's their lunch. You know, like I have like a thing of bread that I have like a whole loaf of it in my little area. And if you take a piece of bread, whatever, that's fine. Now, if you took like my leftover food that I brought for lunch today. Now that's not okay.
Well, okay. Now I have to find something for lunch then.
Well, Jeff said this is like a murder mystery radio show. Who ate the lunch?
It is, and we haven't gotten an answer.
And then Andy was saying he had a orange juice container that he brought to the office, and someone drank half of it. Just put it back in the refrigerator.
Oh, I have stolen. Now that I think about it, I've taken. Now that you say that. But I did it with a good place in my heart. Like Hudson was almost out. Like his expiration on his milk was almost up. He had like 1 or 2 days left. So I tried to drink as much of it as possible.
You drank Andy's
When was
drink.
this?
But when I was drinking your milk,
Yeah.
like last week, your milk was almost expired.
Did you drink it straight out of the thing?
Out of the carton?
Yeah.
I don't know if I did or not. I can't remember.
You put your lips on my milk
I don't
carton.
know if I put the lips on
We
there.
found the thief. It
but
was
I
you all
may have
along.
put my lips on it.
There it is. There's always 1 out of 3.
That really hurts.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.